Good morning, everyone. Let's start everywhere here. So, good morning, everyone. And popping some questions. We will be answering any coffee-related questions, any quarantine-related questions, and basically anything that you might want or need. So to start off with, I'm going to prepare a AeroPress, and feel free to join. If you've got one of them, so this is basically how it looks like. So this is AeroPress. I'm going to be using AeroPress and inverted technique. So it's going to be standing up, well, not upside down, but it's going to be standing like that. I brew it, then flip it. Some of you might know the technique simply as of water. Good morning to everyone that joined. I'm streaming a few different places, so if you don't see the question, that's simply because it does come up from a different platform. Let me just get some water. I'm going to get some water. How are you anyway? I'm hoping you're very, very well. I'm just topping up my right here. Cool. No. Funky table. So with AeroPress, the coffee that I like coffee. So you're going to get a little bit of a little more flavor than you would normally do from filters, simply because the filter that you use is tiny. So you're using a small little filter, a paper filter that is placed right into this cup, right? So the filter goes in a cup, and super important thing, whenever you're working with any filters, what you want to do is to rinse it. So that will prevent you having the paper taste that you don't really want in your coffee, especially if you've got good coffee. Like, spare yourself the effort. Okay, so that can wait on the side. That can wait for us. And now, so here's the deal. So YouTube, you don't see it. I have to have a platform. My platform is that, just so you can kind of see it. You know what? I'm gonna let. You're not gonna see my face, but hello. I'm going to leave. Oh, that's what we're going to do, so everybody can see. Okay, so what we're going to do now. So I've got my coffee pre-ground already. I do have electric grinder, something like that. And what you're looking at, if you are grinding coffee yourself, what you're looking at is quite fine grind for AeroPresses, right? That's not going to be safe. I just realized I'm going to be pouring hot water. It's going to be on my feet, but anyhow, so first things first, what I'm going to do, I'm going to slightly preheat the device. So just pour some water, let it sit, and that's about it. And now we wait. In the meantime, I'm going to get myself ready with my coffee. So there we are. That can go back to the sink. And now, if you are not using scales, and by any means don't feel obligated to, it does give you better results if you do. However, if you don't have one of them, what you can use is this. So simple as that. You will learn over the time, you will learn your own preferences. You will know what you like more. If you like it stronger, if you like it finer, if you like it coarser, if you want to brew, or if you actually are the fast-paced type. So with AeroPress, there's a very interesting. Okay, I'm going a little bit over. So that goes, yeah, the water here. So that goes in. That's about it. Do you know what? Knowing myself, I should put a little bit more, but hey ho. So going to AeroPress, what happens is that you can press it or you can brew it. I'm a brewing type, right? I do like my coffee to sit and get ready while I'm just enjoying my morning routines, of basically checking normally social media. But for the last couple of days, we've been doing the Q&As quite often. So yeah, feel free to join. Of course, make sure you follow and subscribe to be notified when we go live. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm slightly covering my grounds with a minimum amount of water. By minimum, I mean about 50 milliliters of water is more than enough. You can give it a small stir, but this is not essential. Then you're going to get stir. And after about 30 seconds, what you want to do, so what we're doing here now is called blooming, or also known as the gases that were still inside the bean. So carbon dioxide, it is, in the end of the day, organic substance, so it will be releasing gases. So connection unstable. Okay, so after about 30 seconds, there you go. We almost top it up. So you want to be about about centimeter from the top when you stop pouring, and then just give it a gently stir. This would make around 250 milliliters of water. So obviously you can't fit more in that. It's a lot easier to have your measurements right in comparison to anything like Chemex or Cafetiere. So there you go. So that's ready, and I am now going to leave that standing and waiting for when it's ready. So about another 2 minutes, and in the meantime, I'm going to flip the screen slightly so I can see you guys, and that's it. And now we wait. So there's a few things that I want to address while we wait. Yesterday, we had a very interesting conversation yesterday about how to store your coffee, how to keep your coffee, why the coffee is grainy or is flat. So that hasn't reached the YouTube. So here's a few questions when it comes to storage of coffee. So number one thing, what you want to do is store coffee in its original packaging in a dark and dry place, which means anything like keeping it in the bag, putting the bag in a Tupperware and whacking it in the cupboard, that is perfectly fine. Never, ever, ever store your coffee in the fridge. Oh, hello. Getting more messages. So never, ever, ever store your coffee in the fridge. And the reason is coffee is highly hygroscopic. That means it will be soaking up the flavors from your fridge. So simple as that. If you like smoked sausage, that's pretty much how your coffees will taste, which is sad but true. So definitely not here, definitely not in the fridge. You do want to keep it away from the sunlight, from oxygen, and from humidity. Humidity is the biggest factor in storing your coffee. Then, beans or pre-ground, just make sure that your pre-ground coffee doesn't have expiry date on it. So here's the trick that a lot of manufacturers do. Here's what brands do in general. They put about a year expiry on coffee, which do not apply simply because coffee goes flat within about a month. If it's really, really forgiving, then about 3 months. So never, ever, ever get coffee that is about that has expiry date stating something crazy like a year from now. If it's a year from now, there's a good chance that it was just roasted. So, or still quite risky, and you can very often get your coffee fresher than that. Okay, so water's out. Now I'm going to flip it. So we're flipping now AeroPress. It's been resting for about 2.5 minutes. There we go. So, boom. I'm just going to move the screen so everybody can see. That's how it ends up being. Okay, so now what I am about to do, I'm simply going to lean on it. So you don't need to apply a massive, massive pressure to your AeroPress. You just want to lean on it, and that's about it. Your own body weight will create enough pressure to do extraction at a certain rate. That's more than enough that you need. And once you're ready, you will hear a very, very specific hiss to Arabes. So I should keep quiet for a second because we're about there. So that weird sound, that wasn't me. Um, that was our Arabes. And that's it. That's ready to go, ready to drink. I normally would suggest leaving it for a couple of seconds. So whenever you do any coffee using AeroPress or any other device like Chemex, anything to do with coffee apart from espresso, you do want to leave it on the side for a couple of minutes, simply because as coffee will cool down, it will develop slightly different flavors. So I hope you enjoyed it. Not massive presence in our lives, our lockdown lives, because why not? Maybe I should comedy channel. That should be better. Well, let me know what should I get. What should I do next time? What do you want to hear, guys? Because that is a massive, massive thing for me. Making sure that you actually do get what you want. So whether you want a little bit of Q&As, whether you want a little bit of different type of content. I will be recording quite intensively this week and then next week because I've got a lot of time on my hand. So definitely follow their YouTube channel, and that's where majority of longer content will be. TikTok, obviously, whatever comes to my mind, that appears there. And in general, Instagram, LinkedIn, just hit me up and let's have a chat. And I wish you a very, very good day. And tomorrow, same place, same time, we're going to live stream and have a coffee together. By the way, let me taste the coffee and I'm going to tell you if I make it bad or not. No, it's all right. However, I think my water was slightly too hot because there is that bitter edge. And I know exactly what coffee I'm having, so it shouldn't have happened because I'm having Colombian coffee. So I assume my water was slightly too hot. So if your coffee ever tastes a little bit bitter, then you probably burned it, unless the coffee is burned like the roasters, which shouldn't really have happened. Which cup should I get? Just a very, very quick one. Which cup should I get is a very, very broad question. Which cup should I get for what? For latte art? Which cup should I get for brewing at home? Which cup should I get to make more Instagrammable picture? 12 ounces, 8 ounces suggest as such. So whichever you like. If you're drinking bigger volumes, make sure you get a bigger cup. If you're drinking smaller volumes, smaller cup. Practicing latte art, 8-10 ounces. That's pretty much it. Color and shape. White is okay. Helps you to focus the light. It's time to create some content for you guys. So on Fridays, just to let you know, on the website, so www.lifefullofbeans.com, we will be posting recipes on how to basically brew using the equipment you might be having at home. And you can definitely pop in there and read a little bit more. But we will be updating basically all social media at the time. So that's all from me now. Thank you for having me. Thank you for spending a few minutes with me. And I'm off to work. So I'll see you next time.